It's the only way I could get her to be in the video. That's all she would do for me. So welcome to the August book haul. We got a lot of great stuff to show off. First up, I wanted to hype up a video that's coming up. I had Justin Marriott from the Paperback Fanatic come on, and we had this great conversation. He's a great guy to hang out with. We had so much fun that we forgot that we were recording a video to be posted, and we were just chitty chatty for 2 hours. So I got to go through and chop up the bits. So I want you to be on the lookout for that. He brought a bunch of the infamous New English Library youthsploitation books, and we go through them and talk about New English Library, and it's great. And he also talks about ending the Fanatic. So be on the lookout for that. But I just wanted to show this because I did get it in August, so it's included in the book haul. And if you haven't seen it yet, I did a flip through of it. Go check it out wherever the link is, and it'll be down in the description. And first up here, I wanted to show some book mail. We got this as a gift from Mr. and Mrs. SpaceArchives, fellow vintage YouTube channel, booktube, if you want to call it that. And this is The Night Strangler. This is based off of the made-for-TV movie, The Kolchak. Me and Levi did a video where we discussed the first book and movie. So I mentioned in one of the Pulp Fest videos that I saw this at Pulp Fest and it was expensive and I didn't buy it. And Mr. SpaceArchives was kind enough to say, hey, I got a double, do you want it? And all he wanted, do you know what he wanted? A Book Graveyard shirt. Get out of here. Book Graveyard shirt for this. So I'm very excited because I actually think that I like this movie better than the first movie, The Night Stalker. We got some more book mail. This one's from the Blue Electric Bunny. It's from Cammie. She doesn't have a channel, but she comments sometimes down there. And she got a grip of, speaking of New English Library, she got a grip of the New English Library youthsploitation books, and she had a double in there, and she asked me if I wanted it. I was like, oh my God, that is so kind of you. So she sent me smoothies here. This is one of the last in the Skinhead books. I never thought that I would ever get any of these books, so I can't believe that she sent it to me. That's just incredible. It's incredible. And she also sent me the reissue of the first one, Skinhead, the infamous Skinhead, Richard Allen. I think his real name is James Moffat. It's Moffat. It's something Moffat, who was just a terrible person and wrote this book not knowing anything about real skinheads. And it's pretty exploitive and trashy as fuck. And I am looking forward to it. I probably won't do a review about it though, because it will draw in the wrong people. Cammie also sent me, I'm not telling it right now, but she sent me this amazing thing that she made, and it's going in another video. It's going to be a special video. It's about the Hawk series. So be on the lookout for that. It will be after the conversation with Justin, and I don't know. Who knows when this stuff's coming out, but it is coming out. Be on the lookout for it. This is some stuff. These are some books that my wife ordered off of eBay, I think. I don't remember exactly where she got it. This is The Witching. I don't know anything about it, but it's written by Fritzen Ravenswood. Which, with that kind of name, you really don't have any other options other than writing witchcraft books. So there we go, The Witching. And then also, how about just Witch? This is by Katina Alexis. Katina Alexis wrote Scorpion, which made our top 10 80s horror paperback list. So I was very excited when she was like, oh, here, I got this witch book. And I seen the name and I was like, oh, she wrote the Scorpion book, which I loved. It was the one that I said that was similar to a David Lynch movie. If you like Lost Highway, it was kind of like that, but it also had cosmic horror elements and Native American culture. So Scorpion, yes. So I'm very interested in this witch book. A couple of book hauls back, you might have seen that I got a bunch of men's adventure magazines from the 40s, 50s, 60s era. Or maybe it's 50, 60, 70. I don't remember. But I went back to the antique mall to see if they had restocked it, and they had. So we grabbed a couple. I think these were each like $5. So we got adventure here with a giant barracuda. Hopefully there's some animal attacks in there. The Reds' next conquest. The moon? Are the Reds going to the moon? I don't know. I was just hoping they'd go to the World Series. Pig Alley, Paris, where life begins at midnight. So there we go, adventure. And then we got Fury. Beautiful cover art there. The life and loves of a dance hall girl. How sex stimulants will affect you. So there we go. Fury. And then they also had horror fiction fanzine. It is from, 1986, winter 1986. Interviews with Tom Holland, director of Fright Night, Richard Christian Matheson, which is Richard Matheson's son. Then it has fiction by Kyle Stewart, Bentley Little, Richard Christian Matheson, Paul Olson, plus a peek at William F. Nolan's Notebook of Horrors. Oh, it has a Poppy Z. Bright story in it also. So it has articles and artwork. Let's see if we can get something very pulpy looking. There's a big one. Like a dinosaur story. Oh, there's some cool artwork right there. "14 Garden Grove, Pierre Comtois." Don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Oh, they do movie reviews, which is very cool to see them review stuff that came out in 1986. I was also very happy to see that they hated Faces of Death. That's awesome, because yes, that's some bullshit. So it has the review of Fright Night, Night of the Comet, and this, it has Return of the Living Dead. So right when Return of the Living Dead, classic punksploitation zombie movie, and it has the review. And he was just like, it was okay, which is crazy because it's a classic, dude. How could you not just be floored by that? It only got 3 skulls, 3 out of 5. So yeah, there we go. The horror show. About a week after Pulp Fest, the Bookery, the store that's close to me that has all the Pulp magazines, made a post that they put out a bunch. And, you know, we're still got that Pulp fever. So I was like, man, you know what? Let's take our last $60. I think I had $60 left in my wallet from Pulp Fest. And I was like, here we go. We're gonna kill it. We're just gonna end it all on Pulps. Screw it, let's go. So we got this here Argosy. This is from 1940. It's got, oh, I can't read those names from here. I don't know. I think I picked it up because it looked action-packed. I very much have the fever for adventure after Jeff's Cave of Cool Books video on adventure stories. Satan of the sea spreads evil tentacles to guard the treasures of the deep. See, that sounds like high adventure, and I've never read an Argosy. This is my first Argosy. So I think an Argosy is a very general pulp magazine, like it has some of everything in it. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Then we got Fantastic Adventures. Look at this giant monkey. Giant gorilla, I guess. Is that a monkey? He's a gorilla, Nick. Come on. War of the Giant Apes. It's wonderful. This is from 1949. April 1949. So I think Fantastic Adventures is sci-fi, maybe? I don't know. I think this is my first Fantastic Adventures too. But it was only $6. So we got it. We got Thrilling Wonder Stories. This is from 1950. It has Lee Brackett in it. Right? Yeah. The Citadel of Lost Ages. complete short novel by Lee Brackett. There we go. So we got some fantasy. I think they're all just adventure, right? This is why I like the pulps, is the genres weren't really split up yet. And you can just have an amalgamation of all the genres just packed into one story. And it's really hard to call it out. Be like, oh, this is a science fiction story. This is a fantasy story. It just had elements of all of it. Horror and crime, mystery. I like that cover. This is from 1946. No, they just had quite a few of these $6 pulps. So I just grabbed a few. This one looked kind of spooky, huh? Looked like there might be some kind of... maybe I'm hoping for some voodoo. Minions of the Tiger. This one is pure Indiana Jones. Fantastic Adventures. Oh, this one was 15. 1945. Oh, cover Lehman. Lehman. So obviously we got this because it's has the Mexican setting, which we love. The serpent has 5 fangs, so it's probably a Quetzalcoatl story. Beautiful cover. Mr. Anonymous. I don't know what that is. And these are... my wife got some magazines and comics. I don't know anything about them. Devilina. Looks like some sword and sorcery. Plus, Demon Lovers, the origin of vampirism and tales of bloody human sacrifice. Devilina, the sister of Satan, battles an evil witch in the curse of Corrupta. Yeah! That is cool. What year is that from? 1975. And she got a comic. Tomb of Darkness. What's going on here? Spawn of the Witch Woman. Nice. 1974. And she got 2 famous monsters here. She loves The Exorcist. It's her favorite movie. She watched it as a child. Fell in love with it. 1974. And she loves The Mummy. It's her favorite Universal monster. That's from 75. And of course the bookery also has paperbacks. So we got some paperbacks. I mostly, just because I spent so much money on the pulps, I mostly got the dollar books, but I did spend a little bit extra on this Honey West, which I have always wanted. They had the original, and it was the same price, but I wanted the one with Anne Francis on the cover. Because, I mean, come on, look at that. Why wouldn't you want the Anne Francis one? So I finally got a Honey West book. And then these are all dollar books. Some I'm going to send to friends. People got books coming to them. So we got some Kojak here. Marked for Murder. Think Fast, Mr. Moto. Heard about Mr. Moto through Jeff. Jeff's Cave of Cool Books. How cool was that video on him on Liminal? Literally Liminal, right? The whole beginning with the Manly Wade Wellman. Good Lord, that was awesome. John D. McDonald. The Long Lavender Look. Who put this out? That's a Fawcett. I've never seen this style of cover for the Travis McGee series. But yeah, but these are all dollar books. So this is a double, so this one's definitely going to somebody. The Phantom Detective. Yellow Shadows of Death. Cap Kennedy, #1. Gregory Kern. I feel like that was somebody, a pseudonym. I can't remember now. It's a dull non-yellow spine. Still very yellow. Does that count? Does that count for my dolls? This is a ace double. Alpha, yes. Terra, no. Emil Pataja, I think I'm pronouncing that right, and a Samuel R. Delaney book, The Ballad of Beta 5. Oh, that's funny, because Alpha is here, and Beta is there. I wonder if that's a coincidence, or what. Here's a double. I have had this one before. Policewoman, number 1. We're not gonna hang around and talk about the title of that one. Silk Road. What is this? Simon Harvester, a Dorian Silk espionage adventure. So this is a spy book. This one's mine. This is not a double. We're keeping this one. I like the paper clip for the dossier. We got some Shadow. Shadow number 11. The Masters of Darkness, Kings of Crime, Maxwell Grant. Is that a Steranko? Is that a Steranko cover? Yes, it is. That's his name right there. And then I got another Destroyer. You know, this is going to Jeff. I mean, who are we kidding? Jeff loves the Destroyer. It was $1. Jeff, I got you another Destroyer book if you want it. If not, no problem. I'll send it to somebody else. We stopped at Bell Book and Comic. Just grabbed a couple things. They hadn't really updated it too much at all. But got this A Merit Ship of Ishtar for $1. We got an Eric Von Lustbader, The Sunset Warrior. He wrote the Ninja series. Somebody said that I would really like him. I think it was Bob Freeman that told me that. So there it was. That was $1 also. And then I got one of the Falcon books. Have you guys ever seen Pulp Fiction's channel? Or that's his channel. The Pulp Fiction channel video on the Falcon. There is a lot of intrigue in this series. It's a really good video, and I will link it down at the bottom. And if you have never seen Pulp Fiction before, he's awesome, but he barely makes videos. So go subscribe to him and go watch his videos so you can see those view counts rise, and he will be inspired to make more videos. But anyway, go watch his Falcon video. There's he did some research and dug up some dirt. It's very interesting. Up next is Half Price Books. We haven't been in a while. Every time we go to the bookery, we go to Half Price Books because it's on the way home. You're like, well, we might as well, right? Even though we spent our last $60 at the bookery. Well, I don't even want to think where this money came from. Oh, and get this. If you watched my previous book haul video where I'm complaining that Half Price Books took my vintage section and moved it to this terrible place and replaced it with Funko Pops and stuff, right? Well, they were listening. They were listening. Because I went back in, and it was my spot. It was back where it was supposed to be. They had moved it, and they had moved it back within a month. So, Half Price Books, if you're watching, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for listening to me. I know I'm a huge influence on the way you set up your store. And I really appreciate it because it was nice not to have to crawl down to the floor to look at the best books in the whole shop. You know what I'm saying? Funko Pops be damned. Okay, so here we go. They actually had a bunch of cool stuff today. I wasn't there today, but when I went. So we got The Abyss, some 80s horror. Steve Vance. I like the way that looks. This is a BMI. What year is it from? Does anybody know? 1989. This is a double. I'm going to send this to Cammie if she wants it, the Blue Electric Bunny. Street Lethal. Do you have this one, Cammie? This is by Stephen Barnes. Stephen Barnes was in our Black Authors of Pulp Fiction video. So this is not post-apocalyptic, but it's crime. Let's see. What does it say? All Aubrey Knight, the former weightless boxing champion, wants is to be left alone, but you're either with the Ortegas or against them. So they made his life a hell. First they tried to control his mind, then they tried to reduce him to spare parts. Yeah, so it's about this fist-fighting fool who gets out of prison and kicks ass. Speaking of kicking ass, Hell Rider, Hellrider #1. I paid a little bit extra for this one, I believe. It's one I never seen. Got some biker exploitation here. Hell on wheels. Satan's Avengers are inhuman filth. A wild and lawless breed of death-dealing, drug-crazed bikers blazing a trail across America. Yes, please. Oh, and then speaking of Stephen Barnes, I got another entry in the Dream Park series. This is by Larry Niven and Stephen Barnes. I think this is the fourth one, maybe? I don't know. I can't find the first two. I think I've got 3, and this is 4. I always look for this series. I want to check it out. Dream Park is like it's a sci-fi book about virtual reality. Virtual reality park gone wrong. Got this Lawrence Block that I'm pretty sure that I don't have. I can't remember, and I didn't check before making this video. Maybe it's a double, maybe it's not. But if not, it's one I didn't have. Obviously. And I love this series of covers that Avon did in this period, and I love Lawrence Block. He's a great writer, great private detective character. Though it's kind of rough because he's a raging alcoholic, and it's very real. It's a very real alcoholism. Here's a double that someone's getting. The Hand of Cain. This is an occult masterpiece. The hands were possessed by an insatiable evil. It's just the right price, and I figured one of my buds would appreciate it. Death Sentence. Brian Garfield. This is the sequel. The sequel to Death Wish. Death Sentence. They spilled some ketchup above that gun, so that's not good. Yeah, so vigilante justice. Hopefully is gritty, violent, as I would imagine it is in my head. Paul Theroux, The Black House, The Family Arsenal. This is a haunted house story, I believe. Oh, here's a very cool serial killer book, In the Blood. Look at that cover. I love this era of thriller, when the serial killer was all the rage. I like the fake ones, by the way, not the real ones. We don't really do true crime. Not into it. Those were real people getting killed. But I'll happily read it in fiction. That I'm into. Then here is one British corgi. Baneful Sorceries. Look at how occult that looks. France in the time of Louis the 12th, 15th, I don't know Roman numerals. An age of superstition, bestiality, luxury, and squalor. Something you don't see every day. And then my wife got these hardcovers, still at half-price books. Fangs. I don't know if this is a new or old book. New meaning post-2000s, old meaning before 2000, but it's a graphic novel about vampires, and it's just really beautiful looking, so I don't know anything else about it. Then she got a couple Edward Gorey covers. These are collections. A treasury of fiendish tales, old and new, selected by Marvin Kaye. Marvin Kaye was editor of Weird Tales in the 90s, I think? The 80s or the 90s. So this is a collection of devils and demons. People like Bertrand Russell, Isaac Asimov, Sheridan Le Fanu, C.H. Sherman, H.G. Wells, Anonymous. That's interesting. And it's called Demon Lover. Is it Dion Fortune? Oh boy, there is a million stories in here. I'm not reading all that off, but very cool. I think she mostly got it for the gory. For all you gory fans, Liminal Spaces, Infinite Text. They had their gory off video. And here's another one. Edward Gorey's Haunted Looking Glass. This is all ghost stories that Edward Gorey picked out and then drew the illustrations for. This originally came out in 1959, I believe. Yep, 1959, and this is from 1984, this edition. It's from 1984. So, Edward Gorey. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Very nice. She's got another collection. Shudder again. 28 Tales of Sex and Horror. Ray Bradbury, Harlan Ellison, J.G. Ballard. Oh, look, it's got one of those little stamps that people used to do when they put their name in. Megan Hart. Megan Hart, are you out there? Are you listening? What are you doing right now? Why did you trade this book in? It says it's for Stephen King. This is from 1993. Who else is in this? Ray Bradbury. I don't know. Oh, there's an Arthur Mackin, Harlan Ellison, J.G. Ballard. Already said that. Lisa Tuttle, Ramsey Campbell, Robert Bloch, Arthur Conan Doyle. Shudder again. And then collection Anthology by put together by Catherine Potasic, Women of Darkness 2. This is all female writers writing horror, more original horror and dark fantasy by contemporary woman writers. Contemporary being, my guess to be 1987. What do we think? No, 1990. It's off by 3 years. Let's see who's in here. We got some Catherine Potasic, Chelsea Quinton Yarbo, Lisa Cantrell. She wrote those pumpkin books. I know that. Patricia Ramsey Jones, Yvonne Navarro, Tanith Lee, Poppy Z. Bright. Just naming off the ones that I know or recognize. So yeah, that's rad. Last up. I know you guys know him. I know you guys love him already. But Chris from Liminal Spaces will text me and send me photos of books that are at his library sale, the Friends of the Library. I think it's the Friends of the Library. And someone had apparently sold all of these or donated all of these men's adventure and crime books. And he will just send me tons of pictures and be like, do you want any of these? And he will pick them up for me. So he sent me this whole box. Are you guys ready? Because this is a big old box. We'll try and cruise through them. And I just wanted to say before we get started, Chris, you are the man. I feel so bad because I can't. Chris has weird taste, obviously. He has wild taste. And it's hard for me to find books for him. So I have like 2 or 3 or something that I found. And Homeboy sends me a giant box of books, which is crazy. So thank you. Thank you, Chris. You don't know what you're missing here because you just sent me all this gold. Speaking of gold, Ninja Master. A Ninja Master that I needed. I needed it. I need this Ninja Master. Lion's Fire. Oh, man. We love the Ninja Master. In fact, I'm reading a Ninja Master book right now. I was so pumped. It's not this one, though. It's one of the first ones. And then this one here is a double. Dragon Rising. Somebody's getting this. A. Merritt. Dwellers in the Mirage. The legendary master of fantasy. Wow, look at that cover. It's kind of hard to see unless you zoom in what's going on. Beautiful. We got a John D. McDonald, Fawcett Gold Medal, Area of Suspicion, one that I didn't have. Got a bunch of these Vietnam Ground Zero books. The Target, Eric Helm. So War books. We got a Matt Helm, The Wrecking Crew. I can't remember if this is a double or not. So maybe it is. If it is, we'll put it in the trade box. It's a very, very cool looking Frank Kane. Red Hot Ice, A Case of Corpses. This is a Johnny Liddell book. We read a couple of Johnny Liddell books, but it was before I had the channel, so there's no reviews of them anywhere. I don't think there's any review on the blog either. We got a Bill Pronzini here. Dead Run. It's nice. I think, is this a private detective? On board a ship sailing from Singapore to I keep grabbing these books where I cannot pronounce the words. Kuala Lumpur, Dan Connell discovers he is being pursued but can't figure out why. All he knows for sure is that the chances are they will find him, and when they do, he's as good as dead. So I don't know if it's more of a noir where the average guy gets sucked into some shenanigans or what. Dead Meat, Roger J. Simon. This is one of the Black Lizard books, right? Yep. So whenever we see these for the right price, sometimes even when they're not the right price, we pick them up. Yellow Box Pan. He's just got Yellow Box Pan sitting around for $1. Holy shit. I'll Say She Does, Peter Chaney. A tough counter-espionage thriller featuring the inimitable Lemmy Caution. I told him to grab me every Asian type book there was. So we got The China Hand by Bruno, what does that say? Bruno Skogard. Non-stop action, racy dialogue, and narrative spiced with sex. Seldom has so much been packed into wartime China and with such mastery. This is a Playboy Press there. I don't know, some kind of adventure, some kind of action. Look at this mother chucker. The Chinese Connection. William Crawford. That's everything. I would have paid so much for this book. This is a Pinnacle. One of the Pinnacle men's adventure. Murder and drug smuggling on the Mexican border. Add a multi-million-dollar link to the Far East. So it's Mexico meets the Far East. Good Lord. Legend of the Damned. It's a Western, I believe, right? Yeah. Lee Kershaw on a terrifying treasure hunt. More than $1 million in gold wanted somewhere in the desert. Death waited too. Oh, it almost looks like a pirate Western. No, it's a pirate book. Ladies and gentlemen, stop everything. This is a pirate book. Hot damn. The Chinese Assassin. It began in 1971 when Mao's chosen successors, Lin Plau, died in a plane crash. Now, 5 years later, a man claiming to be a survivor of that accident comes forward with a story of an incredible plot with Chairman Mao dead center in the crosshairs. From Peking to Washington, this is a spy book, espionage. It's a very attractive cover. Charter. The Ace Charter. Blood Run. Robert Kalish. What does this one say? Murder brought... Oh man. Where's my reading glasses? I can't read that. That is way too tiny. Can you guys read it? There, we'll zoom it in. Officially, his combat days were over. Unofficially, he took on the deadliest fight of his life. Looks like a vigilante book. Vigilante action. Rooster Cogburn. That's bold talk for a one-eyed fat man. I've never seen the movie, but there is the punk band MDC samples it on one of their records, so I know. That's the only reason I know it. I know you're disappointed. All you Western fans are disappointed. Saigon Sniper. Van Wyck Mason. Major North stalks a beautiful spy. Lots of spy books. Man, I freaking love spy books, dude. We got a lion. He found a lion book for $1. Brain Guy. Benjamin Appel, I don't know. A gang killer meets his match in a TNT blonde. The Last Mandarin, Stephen Becker. What a noble fate to be the last of the Mandarins. China was an adventure, 500 million souls trembling on the knife edge of the greatest revolution in history. Another John D. MacDonald, The Beach Girls. Did you know that John D. MacDonald was in the OSS, which was the CIA before the CIA existed? He was a spy himself. He was in there with E. Howard Hunt. I don't know if they knew each other or not. Uh-oh, light's going down. Rat Bastards. What number is this? Number 8. I can't remember if I have this one or not. If I do, it's a double going in the trade box. Rat Bastards is a series, a war series that takes place during World War II. We got, I think this is a Western, The Iron Noose. Ranger McLean wasn't looking for trouble, it came gunning for him. A Banner book. Yeah, Texas Ranger. Yep, it's a Western. Nice. That's new to me right there. Whatever that is. Banner? Is this my first Banner book? I don't know. Authorized abridgment. Oh, you don't ever want to see that, do you? I can't believe Chris sent me all these books. Got another Ninja Master. This was the final iteration of the Ninja Master. They had 3 different eras. So one has a more men's adventure cover. The second one was the white ones that we saw before. And the third is these that look like, kind of like modern, that you would see a book look like now with the giant text and the little tiny generic picture. The Kaga Ritual. Wade Barker is, I think Rick Myers wrote most of these. I'm not sure if this is one of his or not. Spirit Wrestler. I kind of forgot what's in this box, so I'm like, every time I pick them up, I'm like, oh, what's this? An Arctic adventure where ancient magic and stark reality merge into myth. Oh, is that stack gonna fall over? You know it is. Here's another Vietnam Ground Zero. I have getting quite the collection of those. I haven't read one yet. He was going to take this to the thrift store. A John Whitlatch book to the thrift store. Chris, you out your mind, fool. You out your mind. Looks like Steve Holland there. Prison made a man of Morgan, and the man became a legend. He was a quiet California citizen, arrested on a business trip to Central America, accused of aiding a revolution he knew nothing about. He escapes from prison, fled into the hills, and joined the rebel forces. That's Boss Hog, y'all. Jewel of the Java Sea. Only a young and beautiful girl stood between Doherty and a fortune in uncut diamonds. Like I said, man, action and adventure. This is the era of action and adventure. Jewel of the Java Sea. Beautiful. Is it a faucet? Hell yeah, it is. Faucet gold medal. The original yellow spine. Gotta be a dick. You always gotta be a dick, don't you? So we got The Apparition. This is a new experience in out-of-body terror from the twilight of the living falls a death-dealing vengeance. Every night is Halloween for the 4 merry pranksters, but when the jokers pick on John Palmer, they pick the wrong victim. The penalty is swift, final, steeped in blood. One by one, the jokers will pay. Man, that would be really cool if this was a vigilante book that takes place during Halloween. We're gonna have to look into that. Maybe we'll read it. Maybe we'll read it for this October. Then we got Killer's Choice, Wade Miller. Man, I can't believe, Chris, you found these books for so cheap. Beautiful. Original title, Devil on Two Sticks. And then at the bottom of the box are the bigger books. Got a hardcover here. The Evil Days, Bruno Fisher. Wow, that is beautiful. This is not a book club edition. This is a first edition. Right? Yep. First edition. 1973. Beautiful. Freaking beautiful. And we got Danger Is My Business, an illustrated history of the fabulous Pulp magazines. So we got some nonfiction here. There's an Argosy, top notch. Of course, you gotta have your weird tales in there. Westerns, spy stories. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then he found a Gary Levisi, the Sexy Digest. Gary Levisi has a channel on YouTube, by the way. If you're not following it, he is, I've said many times, he's the godfather of vintage genre fiction. He's been doing it a long time. Very knowledgeable fella. So this is one of his books. The Sexy Digest, a survey checklist and value guide to the sexy exploitation pin-up digest paperbacks of the 1950s. The resources. The resources strong here. Look at these lists. Oh my god. That's how you know. That's how you know what's going on. Avon bedside novel. He even has like what it's worth. But I think this came out a long time ago. I'm sure those prices are not correct anymore. 2001. Wow. That's a long time ago. 24 years. It doesn't seem that long ago, does it? So yeah, those prices are probably not right. It's raining more corpses. Wait. It's raining more corpses in Chinatown. So this is... I guess I'll hold that up there a little bit longer. This is the Yellow Peril stuff. Yeah, offensively named Yellow Peril. And they're republishing some of the stories from those pulp magazines. Detective Tales. Very nice, very nice. Those are very expensive pulp magazines if you find them. Then we got King Suckerman, George R. Relicanos. I'm not sure. This book smokes. I'm not sure what this is. It's a thriller that weaves... Oh, look at this. King Suckerman is a sizzling thriller that weaves the blaxploitation films, the drug deals, the soul music, and the racial tensions that define the 70s into a story of natural-born killers and two men who risk everything to bring them down. All right. Oh, wow. That's some blaxploitation, man. That's what's up. Then we got a Robert Silverberg reissue, a reprint, Party Girl. Robert Silverberg is Don Elliott. Blackmask.com. I don't know if that still exists. Black Mask Books. Copyright 2009. And then I got another Robert Silverberg, but it's a Stark House. Which, by the way, we just did the review of a Stark House book, and we have another one coming up. This amazing Gil Brewer book that I just read. Good stuff. So yeah, Connie Meg, Robert Silverberg, writing as Lauren Beauchamp. So there we go. What a collection of books. What a collection of books you guys got. You gonna read all those? Are you gonna read all those books? That's what I want to know. Man, I would love to. I would love to. That's all I had to do all day long. just read books. That'd be great, huh? But no, you gotta like print shirts and crap. It's bullshit. Anyway, it's gonna be a busy week. You guys have probably already turned it off. Like and subscribe. I'm gonna say it now while 2 people are left listening. I'm out. I'm out of here. Turn it off.